Eating is necessary. Many productivity and budget teachers and coaches advise meal planning, but sometimes it can feel like a hassle. I'm Danielle Roberts. I am a mentor for Christian business owners, and I'm not alone in recommending that you meal plan. However, the way I'm suggesting that you meal plan is much easier and much simpler than a lot of other people suggest it. As I'm frequently asked by my 4 kids, "Mom, what's for dinner?" Typically it's 10 minutes after they eat breakfast, but that's beside the fact. I've had to come up with an answer to their persistent pestering. Having a meal plan helps me know what we're eating, helps me be able to tell them what we're eating, and it takes a load off my mind. There's less stress when you know what's for dinner and know what you're eating. So let's dive in to my simple and easy meal planning. All you need is a notepad, a pen, and that's it. It can be helpful if you want different meal ideas to have your phone so you can pull up their different people's websites that you like to follow for recipes, or leave it alone because maybe it's distracting to you. Creating a meal plan is an easy way to answer the question of what's for dinner. If you have a special meal planning notepad, you can use that too, but I don't use one. This is what I've used in the past. It's running out, so I'm gonna look for another easy, simple notepad that will work really well. Another thing that you may or may not want to do is have a list of the recipes that your family likes. For us, it's usually pretty simple. We have a lot of food sensitivities and allergies, so our eating is very limited. I also use the Faster Way to Fat Loss meal recipes. So they tell me what I'm eating, when I'm eating it, and that also makes it super easy to eat healthy, eat clean and whole foods, and to not have to necessarily think about what we're eating. So in my way of doing things, I will write the days of the week. So I have starting at Monday. You can start whatever day of the week you want, whether today is Friday or Tuesday. Write the days of the week down and then assign them a meal. Why this is so helpful and beneficial to have it written down: number one, if you follow this exactly, you will know what you're eating when you're eating it. Number two, you can go shopping for the foods that you need. Yes, food shopping is a hassle, and as it gets more and more expensive, it's even more difficult sometimes to go. But it's also the way that you get your food, unless you grow your food, and in that case, good for you, and share some with the rest of us. So you can see Monday, I said we eat whole foods. Most of the time we eat whole foods. Monday I have pizza. Tuesday I have chicken with salad. Wednesday is stew meat and sweet potatoes. Thursday is breakfast foods. Friday is chicken wings with a yogurt sauce. I don't think I actually ever made that recipe because it seemed too difficult. Saturday is sausages and hot dogs, and then I would add a vegetable. Sunday is tacos, and I believe we were actually traveling, so I just have to prep the seasoning and put that there. Now, the beneficial way to my style of meal planning is that if you don't make this meal when you write down to make it, you know you have the food that it takes to make that recipe. So you're able to make the food anytime you want. If I wake up and I'm like, I don't really feel like having tacos tonight, I'll just switch it out for one of the other meals that I know I have on hand. Because you've already gone shopping, because you have the food in your house, you can be flexible. I have done this many, many times when we have something that comes up when I realize, oh no, I'm not going to be home in time, I haven't started the food, or something else just comes up, like I don't really feel like making that tonight. Now, is making a meal plan, if we're going to be flexible, pointless? No, because you're buying the food that is going to be in your house so you can make these meals. It's going to be, having that food on hand will allow you to make the meal. A lot of people like to batch cook. So when I'm in the kitchen, sometimes if we have all of the meat thawed, I will make 2 different meals with ground beef. So you can have the batch cooking of making maybe 5 pounds of ground beef, depending on how much your family uses, and then splitting that up into 2 to 3 meals. That way you're not standing there having to cook the ground beef for each individual meals. You just have it ready to go. The other thing I want to say about having the food on hand is that a lot of times we get tripped up by not having the food in our house. We will go run to the restaurant, or we will run to a fast food place, or we'll have to run to the store in order to make the meal. That takes up your time. It's not necessarily healthy for you if you're running to a restaurant or a fast food place. And it's actually more expensive if you go to the grocery store multiple times. And this is why people tell you to budget, because you buy extra things. So if I go to the store, I've done this. I went to the store for bags of chips. While I was there, I was like, oh, this produce looks really great. We need something else for our family. So I ended up grabbing multiple things and ended up spending way more than I wanted to spend on 2 bags of chips. So having the food at your house is helpful. The other final recommendation I'm going to give you is that if you have a couple emergency meals, you can have the ingredients for those meals at your house. And then if you need something in a pinch, or there's something that you just don't like on the menu and you have nothing else available, you can make up those meals. So for our family, it's having spaghetti on hand, or noodles and pasta sauce on hand. There's a couple others that we turn to intermittently, but that's usually a really, really good standby because number one, it doesn't go bad. And number two, everybody likes to eat it. So having those on hand, having those prepared and ready to go if you need a meal in an emergency or just drop of a hat is really helpful for the other reasons that I've already said. But it's just an easy, simple meal. If I'm not feeling well, if I'm feeling just tired and, end of the day, everybody's worn out, we can throw the pasta in the pot, make the pasta, and we're good to go.
We are going to move into how to keep your lists and do it easily. This is a project management tool called Trello. It absolutely saves my life as far as staying organized. And if you're not familiar with it, I will just walk you through it quickly. These are the shopping lists that I have created. This is each store that we go to has a card. This is called a card. And you can make many lists as you see on here. Within each card, you can create a checklist. Over here on the right side is a checklist. You can create, I think it stopped me at 200 items on the checklist the other day. And this is how I keep my list and my shopping list in order. So to add an item, you simply go in and add an item like that. Click add. That's spelled wrong, but you get the point. And then you can also go in and delete. So this is really handy because both I and my husband can go in here and we can mark down what it is that we need. You can add people by inviting them to the board. So you can invite them with a link, or if you have their email address, you can invite them there. My husband uses this on his phone. I use it on my phone. And every time we run out of something, we go in and we mark down what it is that we ran out of and what it is that we need. Also, you will see on here, I have a billion recipes on here. I have a menu that I've used at times to put, Monday, we're having this, Tuesday, we're having that. I don't typically use this for my menu, but it is possible to do that. So I have the meals that we use. I will go in here, I'll click this on my phone, pull up the recipe. This is delicious, by the way. We'll use that, and I will have my recipe right there at my fingertips. I also have paper recipes, and I have a couple books that I really love, but I like having this repository so that when I'm searching for recipes or I find something that somebody has recommended, I copy paste, go in and paste it into the list, and there we have it. The other thing that this is really handy for is traveling. And this is kind of a bonus because I actually am going to give you the ability to copy this board. This is how my brain works. And I want you to be able to have this so that you're able to, if this works well for you, or if this is something that you've been looking for, to go in and use this as well. If you sign up through the link down in the comments below, I will send that link to you with a video on how to actually copy this board if you're not familiar with Trello. So that is that. I am keeping all these lists in here. This is what we buy on a regular basis, or did. We haven't updated this in a while. We probably need to go through and take some of it off. But things like Kleenexes and macaroni and cheese, those are pretty ketchup. They're pretty standard in the home these days. And I just wanted to give you guys this to help you with that simple and easy meal planning, to help you stay organized, implement another system. I've even shared my board with my sister, who runs to Target for us sometimes as an extra assistant. She's able to go in there, check off what she buys, and then bring that to our house, so I don't have to try and get her a paper list or be texting out a list. I just have it on my Trello board, and I go in and I'm able to send that to her, or she's able to have that on her phone as well. Let's see, what else did I want to tell you about this? Oh yes, so implementing a home system is going to help you feel less stressed, less frazzled, and it'll help you feel like you're in better control of the things happening in your house. This seems really, really like an extra step sometimes, or it can feel like you just have so much extra going on. It's like, okay, do I really need to add something like this? Yes. Having these home systems, implementing them will make your life easier in the long run. It does take a minute to get your board set up, to get your foods added, your recipes added, but I really, really feel like this is just a great way to help you with that simple and easy aspect. You can also go in here and put in what you need for your trips, for your food for your trips, if you are planning that. I also added here for you some different lists. So I have myself, my spouse, and my kid, and I did not add anything for that, but that is something else that you can do to help in your meal planning, if you are bringing meals, if you're planning meals, and having that aspect as well for trips.
All right. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. My website is Danielle M. Roberts, and you can check out any of the other blogs I talk about productivity on, and I'm happy to answer any emails as well if you want to email me. All right, guys, have a great day. I'll talk to you later. Bye.